Good morning. This is Sumana, working as Assistant Professor at Department of Biochemistry, Government City College, Nayapur, Hyderabad. Today's our topic is Hershey and Chase experiment. This is the experiment by which they have proved that DNA is the genetic material. Experimental evidences to prove nucleic acids as the genetic material. Initially, an indirect method that has initially suggested that DNA as genetic material came from the studies of the law of consistency. According to this law, the amount of DNA present in different cell types of an individual or in different individuals of a species is always found to be constant and do not vary with the time, age and sex of an individual and cell types. And the observations was made by observing the amount of stain taken by the cell when stained with a basic dye, that is fullerene by cytophotoma. And this has suggested that DNA is probably the genetic material, by no means proved. There is no experimental evidence to prove that DNA is the genetic material. Just basing on the taking amount of the stain taken by the cell, they have proposed that DNA is the genetic material. And the experimental evidences are, there are two direct evidences that prove the DNA as the genetic material. The transforming principle or Avery's experiment, and the second one is Hershey and Chase experiment, and it is also called Blender's experiment. Why this is called Blender's experiment is in most of the experiment the blender is used. Hershey and Chase experiment. Actually what they did we'll discuss in detail. The Hershey Chase experiments were a series of experiments conducted in 1952 by Alfred Hershey and Martha Chase that helped to confirm the in their experiment. What they did is Hershey and Chase showed that when bacteriophages, what are the bacteriophages are? Phages means virus. The viruses which infects the bacteria are called bacteriophages. The virus which infect the bacteria are called bacteriophages, and which are composed of DNA and protein. It consisting of only DNA and protein. Protein will be the coat and DNA will be inside the protein coat which infect the bacteria. Their DNA enters the host bacterial cell, but most of their protein does not. Hershey and Chase and subsequent discoveries all serve to prove that DNA is the hereditary material. What is the meaning of hereditary material? Is the material which is transferring from one generation to the other generation is called hereditary material. Hershey shared the Nobel Prize in 1969 in physiology or medicine with Max Delbruck and Salvador Luria for their discoveries concerning the genetic structures of the viruses. Discoveries concerning the genetic structure of viruses. With this work, he has shared the Nobel Prize with the Delbruck and Luria in physiology and medicine. And few characteristics about the viruses are, the viruses are smallest living organisms. They are obligate parasites that can live and reproduce within the host cells. It means they are by independent it cannot survive. Only it can act as a parasite on any living organism, and it can produce only within the host cell. The reproduction is under the control of the genetic material that can direct the production of progeny phases by using the metabolic machinery of the host cell. Only by using the metabolic machinery of the host cell, the reproduction of the viruses occurs and the progeny phases will be produced. T2 phase. Hershey and Chase used the bacteriophage named T2 phase. This is one of the bacteriophage which will infect the bacteria. And this T2 phase is relatively simple in its structure, made up of 50% of nucleic acid, that is DNA, and 50% of protein. And the viruses were known to be composed of protein shell and DNA, so they choose to uniquely label each with a different elemental isotope. This allowed each to be observed and analyzed separately. This allowed each to be observed and analyzed separately. Since phosphorus is contained in DNA but not in amino acids, radioactive phosphorus 32 was used to label the DNA contained in the T2 phase. And radioactive sulfur 35 was used to label the protein sections of the T2 phase because sulfur is contained in protein but not DNA. Here if you see, the DNA is composed of sugar, nitrogen base and the phosphorus, and not a single amino acid is composed of phosphorus. It means the phosphorus is present only in the DNA. That's why they have used the radioactive phosphorus 32 to label the DNA of the bacteriophages. When it comes to the sulfur is present only in the amino acids. Those are cysteine and methionine. Cysteine and methionine are the amino acids which consisting of the sulfur, and this sulfur is absent in the DNA. So to label the protein, they have used the radioactive sulfur 35 of T2 phases, and DNA cannot be radio labeled with the sulfur 35. And they have inserted the radioactive elements, those are P32 and S35, in the bacteriophages by adding the isotopes to separate media. See, they have taken the two separate media. One of the media they have used the P32, and to the other media they have used the S35, within which the bacteria were allowed to grow for 4 hours before bacteriophage introduction. Before bacteriophage introduction. Why? Because they have labeled the bacteria, means bacteriophages are the viruses which can reproduce only within the host bacteria. So they use the only host bacterial nucleic acids and proteins to reproduce. So that's why they have grown the bacteria in the radio labeled media. When the bacteriophages infected the bacteria, the progeny contained the radioactive isotopes in their structures, and this procedure was performed once for the sulfur labeled phases and once for the phosphorus labeled phases. They have done two separate medias and infected the bacteriophages with bacteria. And the labeled progeny were then allowed to infect the unlabeled bacteria. And after the progeny collection, they have allowed the bacteriophages to infect the unlabeled bacteria. The phase codes remained on the outside of the bacteria while genetic material entered. The phase coat, which is consisting of the protein, was remained outside the bacteria and the genetic material was entered. And disruption of the phase from the bacteria by agitation in a blender followed by centrifugation allowed for the separation of the phase coats from the bacteria. They have separated the ghost and the phases by using the blender and followed by the centrifugation. These bacteria were lysed to release the phase progeny. The progeny of the phases that were labeled with the radioactive phosphorus remain labeled. Whatever the progeny used with the radio labeled with the phosphorus were got labeled, and the progeny of the phases labeled with the radioactive sulfur were unlabeled. When they have used the sulfur, those progeny were unlabeled. Thus, Hershey and Chase experiment helped to confirm that DNA but not the protein is the genetic material. Why? Because only the labeled phosphorus was present in the progeny of the phases and the radio labeled sulfur was absent in the progeny of the phases. And they were also able to prove that DNA from the phase is inserted into the bacteria shortly after the virus attaches to its host. Using a high speed blender, they were able to force the bacteriophages from the bacterial cells after the adsorption. Adsorption is nothing but the infection of the bacteria by the virus. When the virus attaches on the cell membrane of the bacteria or cell wall of the bacteria, that step is called adsorption. And the lack of P32 labeled DNA remaining in the solution after the bacteriophages has been allowed to adsorb to the bacteria showed that the phase DNA was transferred into the bacterial cell. After the adsorption step, the DNA got transferred to the bacteria. So when they found the bacterial cells or phase particles, the solution is not with the P32 because it's already got transferred to the bacteria. And the presence of almost all the radioactive S35 in the solution showed that the protein coat that protects the DNA before the adsorption stayed outside the cell. If you see in this diagram, you can understand clearly. See, they have taken the two batches. The upside one is one batch, and this is first batch, and this is the second batch of bacteria media. And in the batch one, what they did is phases were grown with the radioactive sulfur. The phases were grown with the radioactive sulfur, which was incorporated into the phase protein, because only the amino acids, those are cysteine and methionine, are the amino acids which consisting of the sulfur. So when they used the radioactive sulfur 35, those can be inserted into the protein but not in the DNA. And here if you see this culture, what they did in the first step is they have mixed the radioactively labeled phases with the bacteria. The phases infected the bacteria cells. See, this is the bacteria and these are the phase particles, nothing but viruses, which consisting of protein coat and the DNA. See, DNA is inside the protein capsule and the radioactive protein, because in the first batch they have labeled the only protein, and DNA is getting all the phases are adsorbed onto the bacteria. Adsorbed means they are on the cell wall of the bacteria and they have infected the bacteria. And in the second step, what they did is agitated in a blender to separate phases outside the bacteria from the bacterial cells. See, when they got blended, these two are separated. See, the bacteria which is more density and these phase particles are got separated. These phase particles and bacteria got separated. They have blended. It means, see, whatever the phases are attached or adsorbed on the cell wall, those will get disrupted. With the tail plate of the phase particles, the viruses will adsorb on the cell and it transfer the genetic material. And after the blending, the bacteria and viruses will get disrupted or separated. In the third step, what they did is they centrifuged the mixture so that bacteria formed a pellet at the bottom of the test tube, because the bacteria will form as a pellet. Whatever the bacteria is there, it got pellet, and these virus particles without the genetic material are called ghost cells, and are on the supernatant. The bacteria got precipitated as pellet, and the phase particles or ghost particles are in the supernatant. And now they measure the radioactivity. They measure the radioactivity in the pellet and also the supernatant. And the radioactivity was found only in the supernatant. It means the proteins are outside the bacteria. It means the proteins are not infecting the bacteria. Why? Because all here the proteins are radio-labeled with the sulfur, and that radioactivity now is finding only in the supernatant but not in the bacteria. It means protein is unable to infect the bacteria, and it's not the genetic material which can transfer to the bacteria. And in the batch 2, what they did is phases were grown with radioactive phosphorus. Which was incorporated into the phase DNA. Here it's showing blue color. See why? Because the phosphorus is the molecule which is present only in the DNA but not in the protein. Not a single amino acid is consisting of phosphorus. So when they used the radioactive phosphorus 32, only DNA can be radio labeled but not the protein of the phases. And in the first step, what they did is they mixed the radioactively labeled phases with the bacteria, and now the phases infected the bacterial cell. Here you can see this is the bacteria, and these virus particles are getting absorbed on the cell wall of the bacteria, and now the genetic material is getting transferred into the bacteria. In the second step, they agitated in a blender to separate the phases outside the bacteria from the bacterial cells. Whatever the bacteria and phases are there, it will get separated in the blender, and if there is attraction between the phase particles and bacteria, those adsorption also will get disrupted by using the blender. And then they have centrifuged this mixture of solution which consisting of both bacteria and virus, and centrifuged the mixer so that bacteria formed the pellet at the bottom of the test tube. See here you can see the pellet always consisting of the bacteria, and the supernatant is with the phase particles without the genetic material. That's why those are called ghost cells. And when they measure the radioactivity of the pellet and also the liquid, most of the pellet is with radioactive P32, and the supernatant is not radio labeled. It means only the DNA got transferred into the bacteria. That's why the pellet is showing the radioactivity, and the supernatant is without the genetic material and there is no radioactivity at all. By this experiment, they have shown that DNA is a genetic material which is infecting the bacteria and getting transferred to the bacterial cells, but not the protein. And with this, they have concluded that DNA but not the protein was the genetic material. They have determined that a protective protein coat was formed around the bacteriophage, but that the internal DNA is what conferred its ability to produce progeny inside a bacterium. Only the DNA is able to produce the progeny by using the metabolic machinery of the host cells, that is bacteria. And they showed that in growth protein has no function while DNA has some function. While growing of phase particles also, the protein doesn't have any function, only the DNA is helpful for the growth of the progeny particles. And they determined this from the amount of radioactive material remaining outside the cell. If you see the radioactivity of the centrifugal solution, only 20% of the P32 remained outside the cell, demonstrating that it was incorporated with DNA in the cell's genetic material. Only 20% of phosphorus 32 was outside the cell. It means the most of the DNA has entered into the bacterial cell, and all of the S35 in the protein coats remained outside the cell. Nothing, not a single percent of protein was entered into the bacteria, showing it was not incorporated into the cell and that protein is not the genetic material. By this experiment, Hershey and Chase confirmed that DNA is the genetic material but not the protein. By this experiment, it was confirmed that DNA, that is nucleic acid, acting as the genetic material which is transferring from one generation to the another generation and acting as the hereditary material. They have simply used the bacteriophages, that is T2 phase, which infects the bacteria, and the structure of this virus is also very simple. It just consisting of a protein coat and DNA is inside the cell, and after infection the DNA getting transferred into the bacteria and the progeny is produced by using the metabolic machinery of the host cells. So that DNA is the genetic material is confirmed by this Hershey and Chase experiment. For this work Hershey got the Nobel Prize also. And thank you to all.